If you know anything about me or my channel, then you know I love ranking series, and today I will be ranking, in my opinion, the top 10 new gen anime. Everyone has a different definition of a new gen, but for me it will be any anime from 2021 until now, and I love the Apothecary Diaries, and I've started reading 86, but they won't be on this list. Same with Mashal because I'm not done with them yet. With that being said, let's start the list.
Nobody got you the way I do. Whatever demons you're fighting through. When you need somebody to turn to, nobody got you the way I do.
Number 10, Kaiju number 8. This is a series that absolutely surprised me. The story follows Kafka Hibino, who is 32 years old. He works in a world where kaijus are a huge problem. But one day, after ingesting a parasitic creature, he gains the ability to turn into a kaiju and now must navigate using his power while trying to become part of the organization that eliminates them to fulfill a promise he made once with a childhood friend. I was standoffish about this series because it was about a 32-year-old getting powers and he seemed kinda cheesy, but I feel like an idiot now because the series is fantastic, the characters are great. I see where it gets Attack on Titan comparisons. It's really good and it stands alone for sure. Number 9, Oshinoko. One of my favorite series of all time. It follows a doctor and his recently deceased patient who are reborn as twins to a famous Japanese pop idol and navigate the highs and lows of the country's entertainment industry as they grow up together through their lives. With Ruby, our female main character, following her mother's footsteps as an idol, and Aqua, our male main character, as an actor. The art is absolutely phenomenal and the twists and turns of this series will shock you. Oshinoko is a good anime, no matter what others may cause you to believe. At number 8, Bocchi the Rock. A series for all of us introverts to enjoy. Extremely anxious and socially awkward Hitori Goto longs to become a rock musician in spite of her struggles while fulfilling her desires to one day make friends. She is suddenly given a chance to do so after she is taken in by another girl, Ijichi, to become a member of her newly formed band. I absolutely love Bocchi, bro. I think this is an anime that people who aren't even into the music genre in particular can enjoy. It dives into all kinds of characters, extroverted, introverted, LGBTQ, but characters of all different backgrounds you can relate with. We finally got announced for season 2 recently as well, so please go watch Bocchi. Number 7, Spy Family. We all know a Spy Family, so this synopsis may be pretty short. This story follows Lloyd, Anya, and Yor Forger, 3 family members who are just playing their own role in this pretend family. Anya is secretly a telepath, Lloyd a secret agent, and Yor is an assassin. They all have to complete their own missions, albeit serious sometimes or just goofy. All the characters are lovable. This is the only anime on here that I think is really centered around comedy the most, and that's an impressive feat. I love comedy anime, but it's rare to make it in a top list for me, and it does have serious moments too. Number 6, Lycoris Recoil. I fell in love with this series and finished it in a day. For these peaceful days, there's a secret behind it all. A secret organization that prevents them, DA, which is known as Direct Attack, and their group of all-girl agents, Lycoris. This peaceful everyday life is thanks to these young girls. The elite Chisato Nishikigi is the strongest Lycoris agent of all time, and her partner Takina Inoue is talented but is a loose cannon. They work together at one of the branches, Cafe Licorico, where they help out any customer in need, whether it's through agent work or just serving coffee. The synopsis didn't do this series justice. I love it so much. The relationship between Chisato and Takina is one of my favorite in anime history, not just new gen. It's awesome and you should definitely watch it. Number 5, we have Chainsaw Man. Not much needs to be said. Chainsaw Man follows the story of Denji, an impoverished teenager who makes a contract that fuses his body with that of Pochita, the dog-like chainsaw devil, granting him the ability to transform parts of his body into chainsaws. Denji eventually joins the Public Safety Devil Hunters, a government agency focused on fighting against devils. Whenever they become a threat to Japan, this series is in my top. This series is in my top 10 of all time for manga and anime. It has one of my favorite villains in history of a series. Fujimoto is one of the GOATs when it comes to mangaka. He knows how to keep you hooked and engaged in a story. And with Chainsaw Man, he does the same thing.
And I'm about to lose my mind. Every minute that I die, I can't turn. Every single existence rewinds. Something secretive hidden inside your mind. All the heartaches and the smiles never faded. Faded by my side when we make it.
At number 4, we have Link Click. This surprised me too at how high it was, but let me cook. Chang Xiaoxi and Lu Wang run Time Photo Studios and accept requests from clients to relieve them of regret through a photo provided by them. Chang Xiaoxi can travel back in time to the moment it was taken and assumes the identity of the photographer, with him absorbing the photographer's memories and emotions in the process. At the same time, Luong has the ability to keep track of all the events in time and helps Chang Xiaoxi relieve the experiences of the photographer. The two work under the conditions that they have only 12 hours with one chance to travel in time and find what their client is searching for, while also leaving the events of the past unchanged. It was a long synopsis, but it was worth it, bro. It's such a good series, and this way of time traveling is super unique to me. Going back in time, but through photos, and not as yourself, but someone else. But Chang absorbs emotions of the people that he becomes, which makes it harder to resist temptation. Link Click is a masterpiece, and I hate that it is an anime original. I have to wait for new seasons to drop.
Nobody's had to manage, chase me up the things I can't explain. If you brought that face and furling on facts, and ease the weight, I'll take a thought to all the pain. Forget that speed will fly away.
Number 3, I have Dandadan. This is not getting a whole explanation out of me. The main plot of Dandadan is about two high school students, Momo Ayase and Ken Takakura, who bet on whether aliens or ghosts are real, and they end up facing paranormal threats and gaining superpowers. The story gets crazier and crazier, which is bound to happen in a shonen series, right? But it's phenomenal. Not only is the art top tier, but the romance is the best I have seen in any battle shonen I've ever seen, classic or modern. It's goofy and the action scenes are great, but whether it's dealing with relationships or emotional backstories, Yokunobu Tatsu delivers, which is why Dandadan is one of my favorite series of all time.
I've been chasing ghosts, I would never have a place. Wanna say I told you so, when all begins to fade away. Shortcuts.
Okay, at number 2, I can't believe it because I never gave it a chance at first, but Solo Leveling. In a world where hunters, human warriors who possess supernatural abilities, must battle deadly monsters to protect mankind from certain annihilation, a notoriously weak hunter named Sung Jinwoo finds himself in a seemingly endless struggle for survival. One day, after narrowly surviving an overwhelming powerful double dungeon that nearly wipes out his entire party, a mysterious program called the System chooses him as its sole player, and in return gives him the unique ability to level up in strengths. This is something no other hunter is able to do. The animation, amazing. Hype moments, top tier. Jinwoo, badass. You know, not every single anime needs a crazy story or amazing backstory for characters, and Solo Leveling is one of those series. The fights and character interactions put it up there for me. I saw someone on Twitter say, I don't know the name of anyone on Solo Leveling aside from the main character, and I couldn't tell you 100% what the story is about, but the shit is heat. And I must say, brother, I agree with you.
My fat people 試してくれいつだこんな技測ってくれ With sun, with tide, all the flowers will shine. Dear, the clouds, they will soon clear. If when this rain stops, I'll show you again how you glow in the light of the rain.
Number 1, a surprise to no one, Frieren Beyond Journey's End. This will be a long synopsis, so be ready for it. The elven mage Frieren is a former member of the party of adventurers who defeated the Demon King and restored harmony to the world after a 10-year quest. The party also consists of human hero Himmel, the dwarven warrior Eisen, and the human priest Heiter. Before they part, they observe the Era Meteors, a meteor shower that occurs once every 50 years. Frieren agrees to see the group again for the next one that occurs, so she departs and travels the world in pursuit of magical knowledge. 50 years later, Frieren returns to the capital to find humanity has changed quite a bit, and her former companions have aged too. After one last adventure to see the meteor shower, Himmel dies of old age. During his funeral, Frieren expresses guilt and cries for not attempting to learn more about him. She then travels more and more and ends up visiting her other party members and ends up taking their students on a journey with her. This series is so beautiful, so many messages delivered. It put me on the verge of tears many times. This series shows you that life should be treasured and valued because tomorrow is not promised. Frieren, even though she lives for many years, finally realized that when she lost someone she cared for deeply, and she didn't even know how she felt about him until he died, when it was too late. I didn't even say a word about the other characters who are also top tier. Ubel, Fern, Stark, or the amazing fucking fights. Frieren is an amazing anime, which is rated as one of the best anime of all time on any list, my anime list, a lot of sites, and I must say I agree. Thanks for watching. I did my best to put anime I think deserved a spot in this. Let me know what you thought. I will see you next time.